Today we'll go for some more name reaction.
So we'll start with Getterman. Reaction. So the Getterman reaction is normally it is a formylation reaction of aromatic compound. Okay, it is a formylation reaction. First you take phenol. So in presence of HCl, hydrochloric acid, and zinc cyanide, okay. So the formylation occurs at the para to the hydroxy group. So you had here OH. So the formylation will happen here. Formylation, you understand? Formaldehyde, no? Formalin, formaldehyde. So formyl group will be introduced at the para position of the hydroxy because that is electron donating. Okay. So that directive will be done the type of group present here, whether it is electron donating or electron withdrawing. So then let us go for the mechanism. And after that also you need to go for hydrolysis here. Hydrolysis. Okay. Mechanism. So you have zinc cyanide. Cyanide is toxic. That's why later this methodology will not be used and Getterman coach will be used. After that I will tell. Okay. So you take this, then you add HCl. So first it will generate hydrogen cyanide. This is also more toxic. That's why people don't prefer this method for formylation. Okay. And it will give also zinc chloride. And since you need to add 2 moles of hydrochloric acid, so another mole, what will happen? Because this is equivalent to HC triple bond N. So you have a lone pair of electron here. Okay, that will take proton from HCl. So you will have HC triple bond N H. This is plus. So okay, because lone pair is used to take that proton. Now in this molecule, which is more nucleophilic, carbon or nitrogen? Suppose the nucleophile will come, where it will attack? Carbon, because nucleophile, if it attacks here, this gets neutralized. But if it attacks here, then it goes 3 to 4, 5 valency. That is not possible. So this is preferable. So this is not preferable. It's clear? But positive charge on nitrogen, that doesn't mean that that is nucleophilic. This is nucleophilic. So okay, center. Okay. Now, so now you understand. Okay. You have this. So I put here HO. So this is lone pair of electron will assist to drive the reaction faster. So this goes here. Now concentration of electron here. So this fellow will attack HC NH plus here. Okay. So this also you can write other way. So you just tuck the lone pair for this bond pair to this here. Then you will have H, C, double bond, N, H. Then plus will be here. That means this is the real plus center. That's why this nucleophile attacking at carbon, not nitrogen. Because before that attack, this triple bond, one of the bond is utilized for neutralizing this plus charge of nitrogen. So now is this. So directly also you can do the same thing. H, C, N, H, you have plus here. So directly come to here. Same thing. This and this both are same or different? Same. Okay. So now you have this. Now this become O, H plus, and you have this. Now you have C, yeah, H, then double bond, N, H. Okay. So now what will happen? Now the ring is lost aromaticity due to addition, this addition. Okay. So you will lose that proton again. That means you have a proton here. So you just, that proton will be lost, again neutralized. You get it? So you can put minus, plus, H plus, and you will have this, this, this. So aromaticity gained, double bond, you have H, N, H. Okay. Now we are in this stage. So here how you call aromatization, aromaticity regained. Okay. So this is how we call nucleophilic addition, because not substitution. We are just adding this group. Am I correct? So it's nucleophilic addition. Now the last step is hydrolysis. Okay. So hydrolysis means you have to add water, so HOOH. So you have lone pair of electron here. So this is the center, and electron will be localized to electronegative nitrogen atom. So I think this is over. Okay. So you have this, minus OH, H plus. Am I correct? Oxygen lone pair take part in nucleophilic addition. So he become plus. Okay. This minus will take this proton and get neutralized. Got it? This lone, okay, neutralized. Actually not lone pair, you have a, sorry, not that negative charge, there is a lone pair. The lone pair always attack. Once lone pair attack there, that means it will leave which charge? Positive charge. Positive and the negative get neutralized. Clear? Okay. Now, so you have this. Okay, you have now OH, here NH2. Am I correct? Yes. So now you have proton HCl from HCl. So this lone pair will take this proton. Okay, because between oxygen and NH2 will get proton easily. So you will have this OH, this OS, so NH3 plus. Okay, now this is very good leaving group. So this can go with the lone pair of electron. If this will go, then somebody should push electron. So oxygen is here, who will help to do this work. Okay, so it will go now minus ammonia. O H plus. Now nothing is there, only hydrogen is left. Am I correct? Okay. So now you have Cl minus. This Cl minus, we have 3 lone pair of electron. that takes this proton, so this get neutralized. Okay, so minus HCl so now done. It's clear? So this is the Getterman reaction. That means this reaction is a process of formylation of a benzene ring or a aromatic system using zinc cyanide and HCl. Okay. The problem here, as I told, you need to use cyanide. If you also know zinc cyanide, you can use this also. HCl instead of this one, you can use HCl, HCl and aluminum chloride. Again same cyanide, hydrogen cyanide again problem. Okay, that's why and another mechanism they developed with the student that is called Getterman-Koch reaction. Getterman is the supervisor and I think Koch his student. Cyanide, you know, whenever there is a preparation of blood in your body, that is called oxyhemoglobin. Okay, hemoglobin combines with oxygen, produce oxyhemoglobin, and oxygen also is a ligand. Okay, because it has a lone pair of electron, but cyanide is strong ligand. Okay, and before oxygen binds to hemoglobin in the body to produce blood, cyanide goes quickly and replaces that oxygen. That means there is we cannot form the blood, so patient will die. That's why people don't want to work with cyanide like potassium cyanide. People die, no, with potassium cyanide. Even they are not able to find the test also because that is that much fast. Once you test also, you cannot write what is the test. You will die before that. Okay. So the modification of this methodology. See Getterman-Koch. So here so you use, suppose you have toluene and you use HCl and carbon monoxide also you can use and aluminum chloride. So carbon monoxide is also another problem, that is also strong ligand. Okay, carbon monoxide also it combines with hemoglobin. It is toxic, but not that much toxic in comparison to cyanide. Okay, so then what happens? The same formulation you can do. Same formulation will be like this. So if it is in nitro instead of methyl, then nitro will direct meta position. Instead of para position, you will get meta product. Okay, then what is the mechanism here? So you have aluminum chloride plus HCl. Okay. So this is plus and this is minus. This is a 3 lone pair of electron. Okay, the metal always deficit of electron. That's why this chlorine, this will give electron to the aluminum. Okay, that means what you are getting here? You are getting AlCl4 because this chlorine goes with lone pair. Initially it is neutral. If it goes with lone pair, that minus charge, the total molecule will get minus. AlCl4 minus. That what you know in the Friedel-Crafts reaction. Okay, then it's leaving this H plus. Okay. Now you have here carbon monoxide. You know the structure of carbon monoxide? Yes. The C minus H plus, O plus. Okay, if you neutralize, am I correct? Okay, so what will happen now? This proton will go where? Here, am I correct? So you will have finally reverse way, sorry, my arrow is wrong. We start from here, this C minus will take this proton. Okay, H, C, double bond, triple bond, O plus. Okay, so this one you can write, okay, no problem. This one you just, since a positive charge should not be on most electronegative atom, so this bond is delocalized to oxygen, then what will happen? H, C, double bond, O plus. Now it is correct. Because between carbon and oxygen, carbon is less electronegative, so positive charge should be here. Because whenever you take a nucleophile, where it will attack? Carbon or oxygen? That's why this structure is better. Okay, so remember, whenever this is a linear structure, you don't bend the triple bond over. This is a common mistake the student do. Okay, don't do that, because this is sp. Okay, this is linear. Okay, now you come to your toluene. Toluene means this is electron donating in nature. Methyl, electron just pushing, though it don't have a lone pair of electron, but it pushes electron. That means it will direct ortho and para. Okay, so what will happen? So this one I cannot just do the shift of double bond because there is no lone pair, but I can understand it will either work here or here. But ortho position is not preferred because this is 3 number of hydrogen, some steric problem. You get it? So this position is free. Methyl, you understand? Just it's not like a thing or Me. It has 3 hydrogen tetrahedral structure. But because other hydrogen is in plane, no, in benzene, so it's easy. Okay, now it goes here. So you get this. This participates. See, this participate means what? But that means if this want to attack, this should be negative, this should be positive. You understand or not? That means this is negative, so it will be here. C double bond O H, and this will be plus. This step is clear, because before attacking, the arrow should start from a negative charge. That means this double bond you polarize to minus and plus. You cannot do plus. If you want to decide, no problem. Then make this minus, that plus. But this center to be attacked, because this is para with respect to electron donating or inducing group. Okay, so this one need to be negative, so it will do now. So again, you lost this proton. How it will lose? You have AlCl4 minus. Am I correct? You have this fellow here. That fellow will take proton. So this will be minus. This minus and a plus. They will form bond, or directly I will migrate this bond pair to this here. Clear? AlCl minus negative. AlCl4 minus will take H plus or H minus. H plus. That means it will leave what? Minus, because this bond has 2 electrons. This minus and this plus will be double bond. Or same thing I do, this takes this, that means this bond pair goes to this carbon-carbon bond and it makes a double bond. So finally, you are end up with, so this is Gattermann quartz. Okay, in Gattermann quartz, we are using carbon monoxide and HCl in presence of aluminum chloride. Okay, you got my point? So the aluminum chloride helps to generate which one? H plus. That H plus is taken by CO. That makes carbon center nucleophile. What is that? Electrophilic. No, C plus. Okay, and now this one will what? This one will attack the C plus and you get the product. So there are a lot of problems are there, and you can see in the books. Is clear mechanism? Okay. So next we will go Ripfer-Matsky. So it is a condensation reaction of a aldehyde or ketone that at least should have alpha halo ester. That means alpha bromo maybe is better, and in presence of zinc metal to form beta hydroxy ester. So let us see. You take a ketone or aldehyde, and this is suppose you take a ester. The alpha position is here. Here I put bromo. So what is the name of this? Alpha bromo ester. Okay, alpha bromo ester or ethyl estate. With bromine not there, how we call this molecule? Ethyl estate. So alpha bromo ethyl estate, or simply I can call alpha bromo ester. Or if it is bromine not there, you can put chlorine and iodine also. You can call normally alpha halo ester. Am I correct? Alpha halo ester. Halo means this may be chlorine, bromine, iodine, chlorine. But normally this bromine is good for this type of reaction. Then this compound in the presence of zinc metal. Okay. So this forms beta hydroxy ester. Okay, beta hydroxy ester with some nucleophile. That means first we will see what happens if you give alpha bromo ester with zinc. It will form an enolate. That enolate subsequently will attack someone. Suppose you give acetaldehyde, then that will attack here. You get this. Okay. So let us see the example. Mechanism. So you take alpha bromo ester. So let us give zinc. You know reduction potential of zinc. Zinc can donate electron or not? Zinc has a easy way to donate 2 electron to be zinc plus 2. Okay. So the zinc has a lone pair of electron. So where it will donate them? You have bromine, you have oxygen here. Where it will? You remember metal oxygen bond is more stronger always. Metal oxygen bond. You know metal organic and organometallic. You have an idea? Organometallic, you know, there should be carbon metal bond. Carbon metal, like Gilman reagent, dimethyl copper lithium. I think you know it in honors. That means you see, copper has bond with methyl. This methyl, okay, H3C, carbon has real bond. Then Li. That means metal is directly connected to carbon. That's why called organometallic. Organometallic compound. But you see some cases, suppose titanium isopropoxide. Titanium isopropoxide. So what is the structure? Titanium O isopropyl. So titanium besides OIPR. Aluminum isopropoxide also. So here there is no metal carbon bond. Instead of that you have metal and oxygen bond. It's called metal organic compound. Metallo organic. You got it? The difference? Okay. So always metal and oxygen, they are very good partner because the metal oxygen bond is very, very strong. That's why you get the spinels. You know spinels? No idea? 2 metal with oxygen. Okay. Maybe you will get it in any classes. Okay. Now what happened? So this one will give electron to metal. Always gives electron. Okay. So if it gives electron, what will happen? That means this bond will shift here, and that result removal of this fellow. You get it or not? That means zinc will do bond with oxygen. Oxygen initially how many bond? 2. When zinc goes, bond will be 3. So one bond to remove or migrate. That one bond will go which side? If someone is there, that will go as minus, taking that bond pair, and bromine can go as minus. That means this bond we can polarize to here. Okay. So what happens then? You have now new system O, Zn, O, Et. This is Ca2, Ca2. Now you have Br minus. Am I correct? You got it? If zinc gives electron, then what will be charged on this zinc? Positive. Then again, who will balance that one? This bromine will. You got it? Okay, that means you have this, Zn, Br. Is okay? So this is called zinc enolate. Zinc enolate. What is enolate? So suppose you have like a carbonyl having a alpha proton. Okay, this is a alpha proton, alpha position, first position. So this one can go here and it can exist as this. That is called keto-enol tautomerism. Am I correct? This is normally a enol. Enol. This one, suppose how you do enol? You have to use some base or acid. You know, there are two ways to make enol, acid and base. No idea? Okay, I'll tell this. So suppose you have this. Okay, suppose you give acid. So this acid will be taken up by this. That means see, now you get okay, this OH, the plus. So you have here alpha hydrogens. So now O is positive because it takes the proton. That means to neutralize this, what you do? So just take this proton will go here, then it neutralized. Okay. Then finally you are getting ETO. This double bond OH. Okay, this is acid catalyzed enolization. But sometimes also you need base. Suppose here you use sodium hydroxide, or this is the alkali hydroxide, but you can take also pyridine. So if you give pyridine, so what will happen? You give pyridine or triethylamine also you take. So this one pair will take. So this goes here, this goes here. But if you use metal hydroxide, so this same thing happen, but counter ion is which one? Counter ion is Na plus, this and this combines ONA, that is called enolate. Enolate means metal, enol of metal. Suppose you are taking potassium hydroxide, you will get OK. Whenever acid OH, because that H plus combining, but here counterpart is sodium. The potassium OK, with zinc OZN, that's a zinc enolate. Clear now? Okay, zinc enolate, because this card is enol. Okay, now you have the zinc enolate. Okay, so the zinc enolate, now it is a, see, since this enol ketonal tautomerism, this will again go to keton form. That means if this loses this, now this is a good nucleophilic. Sorry, that this will be electrophilic center, because see this one I can do this way. O, you have O, Zn, this OET. So this one you can write, you just do this way. So this will be here. Then you will have O, OET minus. Am I correct? That means this center is negative, so it will be a good nucleophile or electrophile? Nucleophile. It will ask for positive charge. Okay. Suppose you have acetaldehyde here. So now what will happen? You got it? Then what is the role of zinc? Okay, what is the role of zinc? Because this zinc, once it attacks here, so you will have this O and you have H. H I am keeping this way to make it easier. Now this fellow attack. Suppose this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, and this is 3. This is OET, this is 2, this is 1. So Zn will be here. So what Zn will do? So O minus Zn was here plus. So this will form this zinc will be stabilized by 2 oxygen atom, OZn. So then what is the function of a zinc here? It is forming a inlet. If it is inlet, and that inlet will act as nucleophilic center. So once you form inlet with zinc and alpha bromo ester, that inlet is very good for attacking a plus center. So what will happen now? So now do hydrolysis. If you do hydrolysis, so this zinc will go out as zinc hydroxide. So what will get done? This will be OH, this. So now this is alpha, this is beta. So beta hydroxy ester. I told in the starting. Okay. That means alpha bromo ester can react with ketone or aldehyde to form beta hydroxy ester. This is like aldol reaction. Beta hydroxy alcohol is got in the aldol, remember? I'll tell when I go for next. Now is clear now? So Reformatsky, he designed a alpha bromo compound with zinc as a good inlet that will act as nucleophile to any carbonyl compound, and finally you will get alpha hydroxy ester. Sorry, beta hydroxy ester. Beta position hydroxy and this is ester. Okay, is clear now?